Hello and welcome to the third episode of Quizzing with Members. As you know, Quizzing with Members is a series where members of this channel and I quiz together. So without further ado, let me welcome the first contestant who is the defending champion, won in an incredible second half miraculous comeback in the second episode of Quizzing with Members. Give it up for Aditya.
Hi, KV.
Hi Aditya, wearing shirt and all. What's happening?
And last time I got the hair and makeup answer, so I thought this time I'll put some efforts.
Costume from hair and makeup Oscar to costume Oscar.
Awesome.
Nice. Let's have fun, Aditya. All the best. Calling three new contestants, one by one. The first contestant is originally from Hyderabad, lives in Berkeley now in California. Engineer from IIT Kharagpur, MBA from UC Berkeley. Works in Levi's now, and loves doing crossword and loves cycling. Very excited to welcome Pavan on this panel.
Thank you, KV, for having me. I was about to wear a Levi's shirt. I'm glad to see you wear that logo instead.
See, there's always some connect. Is that your real background or is this a wallpaper, Pavan?
No, it's a fake background.
I'm like, yaar, itna bhi cool nahi hai Berkeley, yaar. Okay, cool. Let's have fun, Pavan. On that note, I'm coming back home to Mumbai now. Our next contestant is a corporate lawyer working in Mumbai and works as an in-house counsel with a private equity investment firm. Give it up for Riya Jha. Welcome.
Hi.
Yeah, welcome. You're the only one apart
Hi.
from me from Mumbai, like working on a normal time. Otherwise, joy of quizzing with members is people from all over the world can join. And on this panel, we have someone from London, like near London, Kent from California, two of us from Mumbai. And the next contestant is from Dubai. Crazy. On that note, we go to our next contestant. Went to BITS Pilani, then went to London Business School, and then is the next strategy consultant. But right now works in Amazon in Dubai. Give it up for Saurabh. Welcome, Saurabh. Welcome.
Hello, KV.
Hi. Very excited to quiz with Aditya, Pavan, Riya, Saurabh. Okay, let's begin. Question number 1. This is for Aditya. Aditya's direct. X is a historic fortress and ruined city whose name during the Renaissance and the early modern eras acquired a legendary aura and became synonymous for vast wealth. At the time when India had the only known diamond mines in the world, X was the market city of the diamond trade. In today's world, X diamonds are formed of pure carbon and are devoid of nitrogen and are large with high clarity. Thus, the name of the city has now become symbolic of diamonds of incomparable quality. What is X? At this point, if all four of you want a hint, I can add something. Otherwise, we can take a round.
Is there anyone who doesn't?
I have a
I'm
guess.
okay with the hint.
Okay, we'll take one round.
Okay.
Since we are not having an extra hint, so I'll just go with Surat.
Not Surat diamonds. Going to Pavan.
Is it Golconda?
It is Golconda diamonds. What a start to the quiz. Beautifully done. 11 to Pavan. It is Golconda diamonds. Golconda, Kingdom of Golconda. Golconda Fort. Golconda diamonds. 11 to Pavan. Great start. And now our next direct will be to Riya. Riya, now we are coming to current affairs. Muhammad Hamdan Dagalo was born in 1974 in a clan of Chadian Arab camel herding nomads in North Darfur. His formal education was limited to primary school, and by the age of 13, he was trading camels across the porous borders between Libya and Chad. In 2003, he became a commander of Janjaweed Brigade, which was the main counterinsurgency force used by the government in Darfur. What mononym is he famously known by, and which country is he vying for control in today? Like in today's world, why have we heard of him, and what is the name he's famous with?
KV, just a quick question. What is a mononym?
Okay, so mononym is basically any person who is famous by just one name. Like Michelangelo is a mononym. Like he might have a longer name, but we all know him as Michelangelo. So this person, we all know him with just one word, one name.
Current affairs is weak. I don't think I even have a guess for this, so I'll pass.
Okay, Ria passes, we go to Saurabh.
I know it's not a mononym, but MBS, Mohammed bin Salman.
No. Any guesses on the country part?
Saudi
Not
Arabia.
Saudi, not Saudi and MBS. Now we go to Aditya.
Is the country Sudan?
Yes.
Yeah, then Hamati.
Yes, that is
Hamati, Hamati.
Hemeti. That's okay. The answer is Hemeti or Hemeti, and the country is Sudan. Well done. Aditya is now on 12 points. Okay, that's how the system works. So the Ria's direct. So Ria had a shot at 10 points. Saurabh had a shot at 11. And Aditya got 12 for this. Okay, which means the next direct will be to Pavan. Pavan, this is your direct. Swapna Bhumi, or The Promised Land, is a 2007 Bangladeshi documentary film by Tanveer Mukammal, which shows the plight of stranded Pakistanis in Bangladesh. They mostly come from an Urdu-speaking community that left India during partition to find refuge in Muslim-majority East Pakistan. During the 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War, part of this community supported the West Pakistan Army. As a result, they were left stranded and stateless in independent Bangladesh. Now the question is, which part of India were they originally from?
Bihar.
Bihar. Yes. Wow, that was fast. I was about to clarify that by part I'm okay if you say a state name and all that. Beautifully done. It is Bihar. 10 points there to Pavan. It is Bihar. Okay, which means we come back to Ria now. Ria, Oxford Languages determined that 2020 was a year unlike any other, as we all know, and thus no single word could accurately encapsulate its complexity. Nevertheless, a Hindi word of the year was selected, like Oxford Languages Hindi word of the year. What was it? So what do you think could have been the Hindi word of the year for the year 2020, according to Oxford Languages?
Pass.
Okay, Ria passes, we go to Saurabh.
Pass.
Passing to Aditya.
No, we'll wait for hint. Pass.
Okay, passing to Pavan.
I'll take a wild guess. Mahamari.
Not Mahamari. Nice. Okay, we'll start again with Ria. This will now become a 5-point question. So we all know 2020 was about the like pandemic, lockdown, etc. But this word is something to do with our government's policy in terms of manufacturing and a lot of, you know what I mean, like production. Think on those lines, like manufacturing, production, and government policy during lockdown and even now.
But this is a single Hindi word, right?
This
It's
is
not a
single,
phrase.
yeah, this is a single Hindi word.
Not sure what the connect would be with 2020, but just going to take a guess. Swadesi.
Not Swadesi, but good guess. Going to Saurabh.
Is it Atmanirbhar?
Atmanirbhar or Atmanirbharta. Well done, Saurabh. Ria was very close, but it was 2020 when the word became really popular. Atmanirbhar or Atmanirbharta. It is 6 points there to Saurabh. It is Atmanirbharta. Okay, which means we go to Aditya for the next direct. Aditya, to see the hidden image in a X, the viewer needs to relax their eyes and shift their focus to a point behind the image. By allowing the eyes to diverge, a 3D image will emerge from the seemingly random pattern. This effect is achieved due to the brain's ability to interpret the slight differences in perspective between the left and right eye views. The term X gained popularity through a series of books that showcased autostereograms featuring a variety of designs. Unveiling the hidden image within these stereograms has become a fascinating and enjoyable experience for many. In addition to their entertainment value, X autostereograms have been utilized by orthoptists and vision therapists in the treatment of certain binocular vision and accommodative disorders. What are we talking about?
What is a stereogram?
Whew. Uh, well, at this point, if I start explaining autostereograms, it's very close to what the answer is.
So, well, then at this point, I'll just say hologram.
Not hologram. Going to Pavan.
Is it that Italian word chiaroscuro or something?
No, much simpler. Going to Ria.
I don't know this. I don't know if it's the same thing, but this used to be a thing in the 90s where every house would have one frame thing where you had to focus on a point above or next to the frame and you would see a different pattern. This is making me think of that, but I still don't know if there was like a specific term for that. Pass.
Okay, going to Saurabh.
Pass.
Okay, cool. So it's a two-word answer. Okay, dash dash. The second word is a body part, and the first word is a very common word. So essentially, the thing is that these are these books, and what Ria is saying is directionally in the same zone. Like there is this book with these weird patterns, etc., etc. You might have seen these books with a red cover with these two-word answer. The second word is a body part. And any guesses so far, or should I keep adding? No. Okay. So okay, we'll do the classic thing because it makes no sense to add any hint in this direction. The initials would be M-E. Okay, that's the answer. M-E.
So, is it magic eye?
It is magic eye. Yes,
Yeah.
it is magic. It is magic eye. It is magic eye. A new way of looking at the world. It is magic eye. Okay. 5 points to Aditya. It is magic eye, and we go to Pavan. Pavan X was a novelist, essayist, and poet who wrote in Punjabi and Hindi. A prominent figure in Punjabi literature, she is the recipient of the 1956 Sahitya Akademi Award, making her the first and only woman to have been given the award for a work in Punjabi. She later received the Bharatiya Gyanpith in 1982, the Padam Shri in 1969, and Padma Vibhushan in 2004. Her body of work comprised over 100 books of poetry, fiction, biographies, essays, a collection of Punjabi folk songs, and an autobiography that were all translated into several Indian and foreign languages. As a novelist, one of her most noted works was Dash in 1950, which was made into an award-winning film in 2003. Who are we talking about?
Is it Amrita Preetham?
It is Amrita Preetham. Yes. 10 points there to Pavan. It is Amrita Preetham. Just as a bonus, not for points, can you guess the novel we are talking about that became a movie in 2003?
I've seen this thing, but I'm not recalling the name.
Anyone else? Just this is for fun. Nothing.
Is it
Oh.
Chameli?
Not Chameli. Okay. It is Pinjar. I just wanted some
Pinjar.
Urmila reference in the move in the quiz. Nothing else. Pinjar, which is an Amrita Preetham story, became a movie starring Vajpayee and Urmila. Okay. Pavan gets 10 for Amrita Preetham. We go to Ria now. Okay. Ria, the name Paternoster, meaning our Father, the first two words of the Lord's Prayer in Latin, was originally applied to this device because it used to be in the form of a loop and was thus similar to rosary beads, which you can see in the image, that are used as an aid in reciting prayers. Which modern machine are we talking about? Essentially, we are talking about a modern machine which was earlier called Paternoster, probably because the way in which that machine worked was that it worked in a loop, which is similar to a rosary bead or rosary beads that you can see on your screen. What are we talking about?
Pass.
Okay, passing to Saurabh.
टीवी पे ज्यादा आसान लगता है इसको.
TV पे.
I don't know. Lathe.
Not late. Going to Aditya.
Is it a conveyor belt?
Not a conveyor belt. Going to Pavan.
Is it the dial on a rotary telephone?
Not dial on a rotary telephone. Even that is not a modern machine anymore, Pavan.
Redefining modern.
Okay, Riya, we'll start with you again with a hint. Okay, so the hint for all of you is think buildings. Okay, think buildings and think of what you can think of when you think of buildings and what could have started as a loop mechanism, but now not necessarily works as a loop.
I'm not sure if it's a modern machine, but is it a revolving door, like a mechanized revolving door?
No, not a revolving door. Going to Saurabh.
Elevator.
Elevator or lift or elevator, whatever you call it. Elevator. Okay, elevator is correct. Saurabh gets a 6-pointer again. Essentially, the original mechanism of an elevator was this, where you enter through a door and then it goes, loops, and comes back. This was, and that's why it was called. It was named after Paternoster, meaning because it was worked like a rosary bead. Just keep going and on and on.
So it was actually more of a loop and not just a up-down shaft.
Yeah. The
Okay.
original elevators worked in a loop.
Okay.
And yeah, there are still some of these in the world where you can just go as a, just as a museum type of a thing where you can see how these elevators work. Okay, Saurabh gets 6 for elevators, and we now go to Aditya. Aditya, X is a form of meditative drawing that is often characterized by its intricate, repetitive patterns and its focus on mindfulness and relaxation. The process is meant to be therapeutic and can be practiced by people of all ages and skill levels. The term X, the term we are looking for, was coined by a monk named Rick Roberts and an artist named Maria Thomas in 2003 and has since become a popular art form around the world. The practice involves using a small piece of paper or tile and a pen or marker to create repetitive patterns and shapes that are then filled in with shading and other techniques. Everything that deviates from the format of the small paper tiles or is designed in color is ZIA, which stands for Z Inspired Art. ID X. So X inspired art, which basically means your answer starts with Z. What are we talking about?
Okay, I'll pass now. I can't
Okay.
get the word.
Passing to Pavan.
Wild guess. Is it Zoodle? Like Zen Doodle?
Not Zoodle, but very good guess. Going to Ria.
Pass.
Okay, going to Saurabh.
I don't know how to pronounce this, but is it Mandela?
Not Mandela. Okay, cool. We'll start again with Aditya. So think of, when you think of meditation, etc., what word starting with Z can you think of? That will give you one direction. And okay, I'm just looking for that
Okay.
that word now. Okay, that starts with Z, and we'll take it from there.
So you just want me to tell you the word with Z, not the
Yeah.
Zen.
Zen, yes, I'll give it to you because it's Zen tangle. Okay, so it's Zen and then tile tangle, Zen tangle. Okay, Zen tangle. Zen tangle is enough. 5 points there to Aditya.
I was also thinking mandala, but then the ZIA just threw me off. Yeah.
Z से 5 तो वर्ड होते हैं. Z से 5 तो वर्ड होते हैं पूरी डिक्शनरी में.
Okay, cool. Okay, 5 to Aditya there, which brings us to the end of the first half. We'll take a quick look at the score. Aditya with 12 for Hemeti Sudan, 5 for Magic Eye, and 5 for Zentangle is on 22. Pavan with 11 on Golconda and 10 each on Bihar and Amrita Pritam is on 31. Riya is yet to start scoring and Saurabh has 6 each for Elevator and Atmanirbharta. Okay, so right now Pavan is leading with 31, followed by Aditya, followed by Saurabh, followed by Riya. We start with second half, and like we saw in the last quiz, things can drastically change in the second half. So all the best to all of you. We'll start now with Saurabh. Okay, Saurabh, X is an Indian TV sitcom first aired on DD National in the year 1989. The show was written and directed by satirical humorist Y, who was also the main lead of the show. The plot showed socio-cultural problems faced by the common person at that time. Despite the name, the show was a big hit. It had a very catchy and a distinctive title song, which mocks the show itself being misdirected. Another distinctive aspect of the show was a satirically reworded popular Hindi film song that played at the end of every episode in the form of a parody. Tell me the show and the person behind the show.
The line, despite the name, that phrase is throwing me off.
Mhm.
Is Y Jaspal Bhatti?
Okay. And X?
Office?
No. Going to Riya, not clarifying anything from Saurabh right now. Going to Riya.
My guess was actually Office and Pankaj Kapoor.
Not Office and Pankaj Kapoor. Going to Pavan.
It's flop show.
It's flop show. And why?
Jaspal Bhatti.
Jaspal Bhatti. It is flop show and Saurabh, that was exactly the hint which was throwing you off. Despite the name, the show was a big hit.
Yeah.
The name was flop show and the person is Jaspal Bhatti. Okay, I'll have to split between Pavan and Saurabh. 7 to Pavan for flop show and 5 to Saurabh for Jaspal Bhatti, which means the next direct will be to Aditya. Okay, Aditya, this is a bullet point question. First hint, this is the only currency in India that is issued by the government of India and not the RBI. As a result, this is the only note bearing the signature of the finance secretary and not the RBI governor. It first came into circulation in 1917. Printing of these notes was first stopped in 1926, then resumed in 1940 and continued until 1994 when it was stopped again due to cost-cutting measures. Printing resumed for a second time in 2015. Third hint, the note does not have any silver lining or that security thread embedded in it. Last, it does not have the promissory text which says, I promise to pay the bearer dash dash dash. And it has undergone around 28 design changes till date. What note are we talking about?
Pass.
Okay, Aditya passes, we go to Saurabh.
Pass.
Okay, Saurabh passes, we go to Riya.
Is it the 50 rupee note?
Not a 50 rupee note. Going to Pavan.
It's the 1 rupee note.
It's the 1 rupee note. Yes.
Ah,
Pavan gets 13 for this. It's the 1 rupee note. Okay. I remember this as one of those trivias in Bachpan ke general knowledge, the very first bullet point, which was very like the only note that does not have the RBI governor signature. It's like 1 rupee note. And
that was the other thing in my mind, but then the printing resuming in 2015 seemed off because it felt like it's been discontinued for a long time now.
Correct.
So
Correct. Even I learned while this question, like while we were making this question, is that printing resumed in 2015. But the big hint was first came into circulation in 1917, which means it couldn't be too big an amount, you know.
Yeah, 50 rupees would be a very big amount at that point in time. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So 1 rupee note, 13 there for Pavan. And we now go to Aditya. Okay, Aditya, very recently, people have been left absolutely baffled about allegedly spotting X shoes in a 400-year-old painting. The work of art in question is called Portrait of Frederick Sluiskin, painted by Dutch master Ferdinand Ferdinand, let's just call him Ferdinand. Dutch master Ferdinand back in the 17th century, and has reopened the heated debate around time traveling. The painting is on display at the National Gallery in London. the gallery details. The boy is elegantly attired in a grey suit and matching cloak, trimmed with shiny gold buttons and ribbon bows. His white brimmed hat is hooked over the back of a chair behind him. Art enthusiasts were left utterly puzzled when they saw the muse of the portrait seemingly donning a pair of modern X trainers, despite the brand only being founded in 1964. What brand are we talking about?
Is it Skechers?
Not Skechers, going to Saurabh.
Nike.
Nike, yes. Nike it is. This is the painting and these are the shoes found in a 400-year-old painting.
I remember looking at this. मेरे को लग रहा था ये मतलब नाइकी जैसा लग भी नहीं रहा.
बट लोगों को कुछ तो नेशनल गैलरी में और क्या करेंगे लोग कितना ही आर्ट अप्रिशिएट करोगे आफ्टर अ पॉइंट यू लाइक वो नाइकी लग रहा है यार. Yeah, okay. This is first double digit point for Saurabh. 11 points there for Saurabh. And we now come to Riya. Okay. As Idlewild is an unincorporated town, it has no local government. In 2012, the town locals held an election for which 16 candidates ran. Max was elected as the mayor. In 2013, Mayor Max died and was succeeded by Maximus Mighty Dash Mueller II to complete the remainder of the term. In March 2014, as the end of Max Mueller II's term approached, another election was held. The people overwhelmingly pled for Mayor Max's continuation in perpetuity. The mayor's duties included visiting with locals and out-of-town visitors, attending business grand openings and other town functions, being in the town's 2 annual parades, and promoting Idlewild. Max's popularity has spread the world over. He appeared on news programs, talk shows, advertisements, billboards, and a game show in the interest of the town. Why is Mayor Max so popular? Like, it's a funda question. Like, what is so amazing about Mayor Max that popular all over the world? Yes.
He's a dog. They
He's a
elected a
dog.
dog as mayor.
Yes, he's a dog. He's a golden retriever. He's a not just a dog, good dog. Okay, Mayor
Golden.
Max, golden retriever.
Good boy.
In fact, Mayor Max the second passed away last year in 2022, and now Mayor Max the third is the current mayor of the town. Mayor Max is a golden retriever. Okay.
This is the town to live in.
Yeah. 10 points there to Riya. Riya is also now on the scoreboard. Which means now, sorry, I'm just digressing, but you know, one of my favorite thing in quiz is to find a nice answer slide photo. And while I have wasted so much time for the answer slide of this question, because if you just go and Google Mayor Mac, whatever town, you will find so many cute photos of this dog that you'll spend hours just looking at these. There are photos of the dog with a journalist, there's another photo with the police, and there's an ambulance police vehicle and the dog is inside. Just sorry, indulging. Okay, 10 points to Riya for this, which means now we go to Pavan for the next round. Pavan, The Inheritance, which is an episode from C.I.D, aired on 7th November 2004 and achieved certification from both the Guinness Book of World Records and the Limca Book of World Records. Directed by B.P. Singh and featuring Shivaji Satam, Kay Menon, Dayanand Shetty, Narendra Gupta, among others, the episode unravels a murder mystery tied to a family inheritance, and hence the inheritance. Shot at a single location in Lonavala in Maharashtra, the team faced significant challenges in planning and executing the shoot, requiring the use of specialized equipment and techniques to ensure a seamless and error-free episode. What record is being talked here? Why is this episode so popular?
Is it the most roles played by one actor?
No. Going to Aditya.
This was the longest one take shoot.
Yes, one take or single cut is what I was
Single cut.
looking for. This is an episode without any cuts. This whole episode is done in a single take. Masterpiece. Okay. 11 there. 11 there to Aditya. And now I go to Saurabh for the last 3 questions, like the last lap of the quiz. Saurabh, this is your direct. During his search for a theme song, X explored numerous tracks alongside his brother. As they listened to one particular song, X's brother started copying a move from a 50 Cent music video, moving his body/head behind his hand. X thought it was ridiculous, but his brother dared him to do it on TV. Taking up the dare, X modified the action slightly, resulting in the distinctive gesture he is now recognized for. What is being talked about here?
Is it John Cena?
John Cena, and what is that action or the phrase?
You can't see me.
You can't. Can you do that? Sorry, I'm just like. It's John Cena. You can't see me. It is that thing. Great, great crack for him. It is John Cena, and you can't see me. Okay. Now we go to Ria. Ria, this is your direct. In 1984, Canada and Denmark engaged in a playful X-war over Hans Island. The dispute began when Canadian soldiers planted their flag on the island and left a local X there. The Danish Minister of Greenland Affairs responded by visiting the island himself, planting the Danish flag, leaving a type of X, and writing a letter that read, "Welcome to the Danish island." The two countries continued to trade flags and X for several years, and the dispute became known as the X War. In 2005, the two countries agreed to resolve the issue, which was ultimately settled in 2022. Just identify X. What is this war called? The Dash War between Canada and Denmark over this island near Greenland.
Left a local X, and then the Danes left a type of X.
Hmm.
I don't know. I have a random guess. Is this like pastry war, like Danish pastries?
Oh, good guess. Not pastry war. Going to Pavan.
Is it some kind of alcohol?
Okay. Yes. Can you be more specific?
Beer?
Not beer war, but I'll come back to you. Going to Aditya.
Whiskey wars.
It is whiskey war. It's the whiskey war between Denmark and Canada. Yeah. So basically, the Canadians put Canadian whiskey there, and then Denmark did it, and so on and so forth. Oh man. Okay. Pavan did say alcohol, which was very close, but Aditya gave us the specific answer. I'm just stressed because you guys are very close in terms of your scores about how to
That
split.
was the reason I was also stressed that he shouldn't answer this one.
Okay. So obviously, as always, specific answer will get more points. So whiskey war will get more points on this. But Pavan was somewhere there with alcohol, somewhere like he was almost there. But he chose beer over whiskey. I don't know why, Pavan. Maybe it's too
I
early
thought
today for.
I
Okay.
thought Denmark is not known for whiskey, so that's
Okay.
why
Fair,
beer.
fair. Okay, so we'll split this. This was Ria's direct, and it became 11 when we went to Pavan, 12 when it went to Aditya. So if you both are okay, we'll give 8 to Aditya and 4 to Pavan. Does that sound fair to both of you? Okay, cool. So 4 to Pavan for coming to alcohol war, and 8 to Aditya for getting the exact answer. Okay, which means the next direct will be to Saurabh. Okay, Saurabh, this is your direct. And this is the last question. Long hair was once officially banned in Singapore. Okay. In the 1960s, the government implemented a policy that prohibited men from keeping long hair. This was an effort to nullify the increasing influence of the Dash subculture, which the state deemed as detrimental. The government claimed that the so-called Dash were negative influences for Singaporeans, capable of corrupting their minds and polluting the country's society. The consequences for defying the long hair ban varied from getting fined to having one's hair being forcefully cut short. Additionally, it was ordered by the government that long-haired males be given the lowest priority when it came to requests for help at government facilities. The ban was finally lifted in the 1990s. Long-haired male foreigners entering the country were requested to leave. Among others, the Bee Gees, Guitar O, and Led Zeppelin all were forced to cancel their gigs in Singapore because they refused to accommodate this policy. Just filling the blank for me, Saurabh, what is the blank here?
Feminists?
Sorry, Saurabh?
Feminists?
Feminist subculture? No. Going to Ria?
So this is the 60s. Was this like the hippie flower power
Yes,
subculture in the US?
Hippie is the only word I was looking for. Hippies is the hippie subculture, and government claimed that the so-called hippies were negative influences. This is hippie, and this is a real life board that they used to have at government offices, which said males with long hair will be attended to last. Okay. Cool, great stuff from Ria. 11 points there. And that brings us to the end of the third episode of Quizzing with Members. As expected, fantastic stuff from all of you. All of you are on scoreboard with very healthy points, and we had a very tight fight, and we have possibly a new champion, but we'll see the scores starting from right to left. We'll start with Saurabh. Saurabh had 12 in the first half. Second half was even better. So Saurabh got 5 for Jaspal Bhatti, 11 for Nike, and 10 for John Cena. You can't see me. Saurabh ends this quiz on 38 points. Ria also had a significantly better second half. In the second half, she got Golden Retriever Dog, Major Max Funda, and hippie subculture from Singapore. And Ria ends on 21 points. Now we come to the defending champion, Aditya. Aditya had 22 in the first half. In the second half, Aditya got the episode of C.I.D without any cut or a single take episode, and 8 points for Whiskey War between Canada and Denmark. 19 in the second half, Aditya ends just ahead of Saurabh with 41 points. And now we come to the new winner of Quizzing with Members. I saw a winner when I saw Golconda and Bihar. I think this is, once you watch cricket and you see the first ball being hit so well, you're like, "Aaj century marega hai." Because Golconda in the dry run wasn't really an easy question. Bihar, so you didn't even like wait after that. But it was a tough fight.
Maybe I'm from Hyderabad, so Golconda
Yeah.
I went before 20 times.
I figured, I saw your name and I was like, of course. Good. Okay. So Pavan had 31 in the first half. But in the second half, also he scored pretty well. He got 7 for Flop Show and 13 for the Rupee 1 note and 4 for the War Funda. So 24 in the second half. Pavan is the new winner of Quizzing with Members with 55 points. Okay. So yeah, once again, match shout out to Aditya. First of all, Aditya, you were fantastic in the last match. You were fantastic here. But Pavan was better, and it's also about the set you get, the order. There are so many factors, so it's not necessarily who the better quizzer is, because you can always see the expressions on other contestants when a direct goes to someone. You're like, ye kyun nahi aaya mere ko yaar. So yeah, all that matters. So these are not really reflective of that. But Aditya, well played, and I also know you're doing a lot of quizzing with your clubs and stuff in your own circuit. So all the best with that. Ria, of course, we've seen you in offline shows in Mumbai. You're one of those very loyal quizzing loyalists for so long. So thank you for that, and thank you for being a part of this. Saurabh, great stuff. We'll see you again because we'll keep churning this. So obviously we'll meet again. It's not that we'll not meet again in Quizzing with Members. And congratulations to Pavan. We will see you in the next episode. Thank you. And yeah, of course, as you can see, all the common thing between all, connect the following 4 contestants. The connect is that they're all part of the membership program that we have on this channel. If you guys want to quiz on this episode and a bunch of other things that members get, please check out our membership program. Thank you so much.